Well, hello, family, everybody. Greetings from, actually, I just left the post office mailing a package, and I was listening to a lady I listened to on YouTube, and then I just thought, you know what, I want to make a quick video, so I haven't done one in a while. So I don't have any notes in front of me, but there's three things. Let's see if I can get them. The first thing is, really, God is wanting you to watch this. He's saying he loves you enough to give you a heads up, right? To say, I'm coming after you from many different directions, one of which is just this video, because he loves you, right? And in that is, he wants to give you a heads up so that you can prepare and be ready, and also when things happen, that it will just further confirm whatever faith you had, or if you had some doubts, you're like, okay, this is kind of what God gave us a heads up on was coming, and you know what to do. That's the first point. I suppose I made the whole thing already. The second point is something about Noah, and the third point is about Romans 10:8. So hopefully I can get to those. So Noah, it took 100 years for him to build the ark. And did you know that up until that point on the earth, it had never actually rained? So for 100 years, Noah had to work on building the ark with, some message that a big flood is coming. And yet and I think even maybe said with rain, I don't know. You'll have to go back and read the story. But it had never rained. But here's the thing, the one of the lessons for us is that in that 100 years, as Noah was building the ark, he was also building his faith. So all of us, one of the messages God is saying is that we can all build our ark of faith, so to speak, even now, before the big flood comes. Now here's the thing, for Noah, it was specifically, a big flood of water that killed everything except everybody who had an ark, and the ark is faith. And so it was just Noah and his family. Anyway, what's about to happen, like it's soon, and I don't know, if it's obviously not minutes, but I don't think it's many years, and it's probably not many months, it might unfold over months, is the deluge. That I forget the exact wording, but like the storehouses of heaven were opened, and the storehouses of water in the earth, that not only did it rain, but things just flooded in from all over the place. And that's about to happen, and it doesn't mean literally water this time. It's spiritual, but it shows up in the world. Like, for example, right now the snow all over the place, and much more in some places that hardly ever get it. The snow represents cleansing. It actually means God is bringing his white cleanliness all over the place. So that's a really good thing. But it's a big thing. And, like we've been saying, we know there's lots of other things happening. We can give them whatever level of significance we think, but there's lots happening. Okay, so I think that was it about Noah. So the final thing is in Romans chapter 10, verse 8. Okay, let me see if I get this right. It says the same thing as when I said from Deuteronomy 30, verse 14, when I heard God say, I'm putting my words in your mouth. And I'm like, what is that all about? And then, he said, explore the covenants. One of the covenants was talked about in Deuteronomy 30. And in verse 14, it says, my words are near you, are very near. They are in your mouth and in your heart, so that you might obey. Now, in Romans, in the New Testament, what it says is that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. And one of the big things is that the words are near, like they're right in you, but you do have to say it. out loud to God. And, you know, God's not gonna, no one's gonna pull a fast one on God and say, see, I said it. You have to believe it in your heart too. So those at the first glance are pretty straightforward, right? So everybody, if it's close, if you feel like you have to say it, you have to say Jesus is Lord. And it might seem trivial here to say it, but on a spiritual level, it's major. It's like the statement of all eternity, one of the biggest ones. And you have to believe in your heart. So when the deluge happens, first of all, get ready, build your faith even now. And when it happens, you can have even more faith and say, oh, God told me this was coming. God cared enough about me to give me the heads up. And you can confess with your mouth, Jesus is Lord. Believe in your heart God raised him from the dead. That's kind of the anchor of the Christian faith. And that's what you do. So get ready and watch. And when it happens, respond. You know how to respond. Because it's good for some people, and I'm not saying us, just like this snowstorm was really hard on some people. They, you know, don't know how to deal with the cold and electricity, stuff like that. For some, it's pretty hard. Others, it's just a big novelty. But nevertheless, it's real. Anyway, if it is really hard and you're confused, you'll know what to do, right? At the very basics, you say, Jesus is Lord. God, I believe in my heart that you raised him from the dead. And then that's opening a door, right, to so much more. You're like, well, I want to know more. What do I do? What's going on? And you start looking, and Jesus promises that, you know, if you seek him, you'll find him. Because, in fact, he's knocking on your door. He's taking the first steps. All right. I think that's all. I'm just going to go with it. Love you guys. Pray for you every day. Have a good one. Bye.